What's going on, YouTube? We are in the TRIUCK International Sandbox world, and today we are going to bring you a new vehicle tutorial. If you guys haven't already, check out the shopping cart video or even the lighting video, and hopefully we'll have some more coming up here soon. I think, or at least I've heard, that maybe we might be getting some new builds. Really hope that we do. I at least know that we just got a new Lego pass, so I who knows, I might make another video on what's all in there, but I'm not sure 100% when this video itself is going to come out. But I do, of course, have hopes for more builds to return to the shop, as well as maybe even some new ones. It would be really cool if they did. So we're going to jump in, and I'm going to build this new vehicle. As you can see, we got a couple new things parked down here. There's our small R car. I haven't quite figured out what to name this one. By the end of this video, or maybe in the comments, hopefully we'll figure out a name for it. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to build a couple of them and yeah, show you the possibilities. And even there's actually a couple different designs. And if you could one of the last Lego passes that had the haunted house pieces, then you'll have access to these trim pieces that will make this vehicle possible. And of course, you can always take this vehicle and make it your own, add your own touches to it, and let us know what you did and share it with us in the Discord. We'd all love to see it. So let's go ahead, let's jump down and come over and show you what we got. So like I said, we use those trim pieces to build this, as well as this one I used the Friendly Neighborhood set. And over here, I used Side Boulevard set, but I'll also be showing you a version using the Shogun pieces instead of both of these. Of course, we do have it all laid out here and got our nice little diagram, so we'll be looking at it as we piece it together. But one of the great things about this is not only is it small, has room for chest, even has one passenger seat. And towards the end of the video, I'll be showing you guys how to build a version of this that can either seat 4, or you could actually have room for a third chest. This one's got room for 2 chests currently. So let's hop in here and show you what we're about to build. As you can see, there is no battery bar on this vehicle, and we are fully spinning, fully driving. We've got both steering directions, forward and even a reverse. If we had a 5th channel, you would possibly be able to put balloons on it, or even the bigger one that we're going to build towards the end will have room for a balloon. It's just going to work slightly different because, again, only having the 4 channels. I know some people have said that they would love to have a 5th channel, but I never really processed or thought of a reason why until I built this vehicle, because this vehicle takes advantage of that 4th channel so that we do also have a reverse function. So no balloons, but you can go any way that you need to. But most of these pieces are all from free sets, or if you've got certain sets, you could use the same concept to build it differently. Like if you really wanted to, the same pieces that I used on the small R car, you could actually, those white trim pieces from the Beachy set, you could actually use those in place of all these trim pieces. All right, so to build the one that we're building today, these are all the pieces that you're going to need. We're going to use the non-powered wheels. We're going to take advantage. I'm going to show you where that you can put 2 chests, and these are from the Thank the Bus Driver set. I don't know if that's still achievable, but if not, again, lighting always, it's up to you. Maybe you weren't playing when we could get these pieces in the Star Wars sets, but as far as everything else goes, again, the flooring pieces you could swap out for different pieces, or really that's the only difference. Other than these, and those lights, Everything else I know is pretty standard. So that's enough yapping. Let's go ahead. Let's let's retire this one. That is one of those builds that was on the testing, and I don't know that we're gonna go about making that one into a guide. So let's just get rid of some of this. Free up a little space for us. Nom, 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 nom. To build this vehicle, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with a small vehicle jack. And of course, your favorite stairs. Okay, so this is going to be where you decide what type of wood you want to use. Right now, I don't know that durability is such an issue anymore, but if you want your vehicle to be mainly white or mainly black, then this is obviously where you decide that. So I'm actually, like I said, going to make, let's go ahead and make another black base one. We're going to use the Friendly Neighborhood set. So you can do any other set that you want, just the dimensions, of course, are going to stay the same. So to start off the base of our vehicle, we are going to go ahead and turn off our camera. And we're going to grab a 16 by 2. We're going to go ahead and center that up and place 1, 2, and 3. Then hop over to the 8 by 2 and just center it up like that on the front and the back, and on one side as well as the other. I am not sure why that looks like that, but we're going to carry on. We're going to go over to our vehicle parts. Go ahead and turn off any filters you might have on. And first, we're going to grab the vehicle base 3, rotate it, and currently both sides are the same. So just pick which one you would like to be the front of the vehicle and place it just like so, right up against the edge and centered. Then hop down to the fenders. These used to take flex wood, but now they take metal plate. You're going to need 4 metal plates to make 2 of these, one for the left side and the other for the right. All right, let's go ahead. Let's open up our filters and go back to the wood pieces that we just got done using. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab some flooring, grab a 6 by 2 and place it at the very edge of that vehicle base, and come down to a 4 by 4 and center that up right on top of that to give yourself a little hood. From there, we're going to go ahead, turn off our filters again, and we're going to turn on the haunted house filter and switch over to the roofs and go down to those haunted trim pieces down here. So you can build this with either color. We're going to keep it black on black. So we're going to do the back half of it still in the black pieces. Let's go ahead and we're going to need the 1 by 8. All right, so for the rear of the vehicle here, we're just going to go ahead and go to the very edge and go ahead and double stack that. line up your piece and rotate it. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the edge and we're going to add a third one going the other direction. Rotate it twice and go to the other side and duplicate it. After you've placed those 4 1x8s, go ahead and go to the 1x2, and we're going to go ahead and place that right there at the bottom and duplicate it on the other side. Pop back into the cab of the vehicle, and we're going to pop to the 1x6. Place one like that and duplicate it on the other side like that, leaving 4 studs in the middle. Let's go ahead and take a nap real quick so that we can switch it to daytime for you guys. All right. So far we've done the body, or the frame, most of the trunk, and then we've got the seats, some lights, and lastly the wheels. So this is what it looks like in the daylight. You've got a wheel well here and here, and room for our thrusters inside of here. Let's go ahead, let's grab another one of those 1x8s and place them too high on this side as well. That way we've got room to place all of our thrusters. I'm going to try to redo this one. Okay, much better. Let's go ahead and turn off our filters and go back over to our vehicle parts and down to our small thrusters. We're going to place one facing in reverse, one facing forward, 2 facing forward, and 3. Hop on down and go 1, just snap it right on in there, and 2. Those are going to be our turning thrusters. If you want to, at this point, you can go ahead and slide back over, and you're going to grab whichever 8x2 that you used and line it up. It's going to be like 1 notch down, and you can just go ahead and you can place all 3 here as a bed cover. All right, let's hop over to our vehicle parts and go down, and we're going to find that vehicle railing. Let's go ahead and throw those on that edge as well as that edge. I actually forgot, we're going to want to open up at least that back one so that we can change its thruster. Let's find our vehicle seats. You can use whichever seat you would like to use. Some people may prefer the medium driver seats, but I like using the large. Let's go ahead and place that right there. Come over to our seats, and if you didn't know, you can actually come in and turn on the vehicle preset, and that will make these vehicle seats appear over in the chairs. So just grab your matching seat and place it right there. All right, let's jump over to our lighting. Again, you can use whichever lights you would like to for this. If you want to use some Durburger ones, I'm sure you could figure out a way to line those up and place them on this if you wanted to. But I am going to use the Tinker's lights because they are one of my favorite lights. So we're going to place one right here on the very edge. Going to hang over slightly, but it's just going to be on the very corner. Then we're going to place another one on the opposite side, mirroring it. Surprisingly, we're actually almost done. We're going to go ahead and hop back over to our favorite section, or our recent section now. And most of the pieces that we've used are going to be here, unless you click some extra pieces. Maybe you tried, but you know, we're going to pop over to that Haunted Trim 1 again, and we're going to go ahead and go to the undercarriage, the under section here of this. I lined it up wrong. I lined it up wrong. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take these railings back off. Grab the railing like so. We want one stud on both sides of the railing. Okay, let's go back to that railing, that trim, and we're going to rotate it going this direction, and we're just going to fill in that wheel well part as well as that one. So if you look at these ones, you can see I actually took those Tinker's lights and I rotated them around so that from the front, they kind of resemble rearview mirrors. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Of course, if you don't have these lights, you may have to do something different, but what we're going to do to get them in the right location is we're going to go ahead and we're going to pretend that we're putting it on the fender here. And of course, it's going to face, it may not be facing the right direction. So let's go ahead, we're going to rotate it and nudge our way to the very edge of that board that we put on as the dash. And it will actually connect to that piece of wood. And of course, duplicate that on the other side. We're going to go ahead, we're going to hop down and we're going to place one of these 1x2 railing trim pieces. These 1x2 pieces, and we're going to place it right on the nose like that. And that is going to allow us to attach one of these brush guards. If you don't want the brush guard, you won't have to do that nose piece, but having that piece there is what allows this to stick out in front of the other lights that we chose. And that just fits like that. Another little added detail that I like to do is take this medium rear brush guard, and you can actually place that and connect it to something on the bottom. It doesn't have to be on a wall like it looks. And you can use that as a little windshield. Before we put our wheels on, let's go ahead and let's get these thrusters set. You can use whichever pattern that you like to use. This is the pattern that I personally prefer. So we're going to turn off that channel 3, and we're going to turn this one to channel 1. If you've ever built any of the sliders or the slider, then this is going to be kind of the same setup as that. On the passenger side, we're going to go ahead and set that one to channel 2. Leaving our forward thrusters as channel 3 gives us our 4th channel for reverse. Now, you may not be able to place this last piece here with wheels attached, so make sure that you get your thrusters assigned before you get your wheels on. As always, make sure to test your thrusters. You've got your forwards, your right steering, your left steering, and your reverse. Looks good to me. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go into our toys section, and under balloons, you're going to find the small, simple wheels. Again, this build does not use any batteries, does not use any balloons, does not use a motor. We are going old school, thruster powered, and simple wheeled. And to place these wheels, you're going to point them up basically right next to your thruster. And there's actually not a whole lot of places that it will turn green. If you want it to be closer to the ground, you can nudge it up, but I don't know that you can do that to the rear. But you can tuck this other wheel right on in that wheel well that we made. And there we are. Oh no. But wait, I didn't put any chests on or anything. You're right. Let's go ahead. Let's park it right here. And let's go down to our village chest. And as you see, you could place one going this direction, or if you need all the space, then you can actually squeeze two just like that. Room for two, no battery, no engine. Surprisingly quick. Ah! And if you get stuck, you've got to reverse. We did actually leave off those thank the bus driver lights. So let's go in. You can either go this way or go looking through your lights if you know where they are. And we're just going to go ahead and place one there and there. They're a little off, but that's okay. That's okay. So as I promised, let's go ahead and build an extended version. That way you can have either 2 more seats or a 3rd chest. First, we got to fix our little platform here. All right, so just like the other one, we're going to start off with a small jack, and we're going to place that right in the middle of where it is that we are building, as well as some stairs. Of course, if you are in Sandbox, feel free to fly, or if you've got flight turned on. I just like using stairs just in case those that are replicating it are not in those other modes. So for this one, I'm actually going to make another combination. We're going to use the Shogun flooring, and then we're going to use these light gray pieces, and we're going to see what that looks like. I did not think of the Shogun flooring pieces when making this one, but I think that might match the grays a little bit better. So for this one, you could either replicate it exactly like I'm going to, or you could, I mean, there's different, couple different patterns here, but for stability purposes, I'm going to alternate these a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 16 by 2 and switch to the 6 by 2. So if you wanted to, you could just go ahead and 1, 2, 3 like the other version, or I'm going to actually stagger this a little bit, just that way that whole back half doesn't have that ability to just break off. So again, we're going to stagger that 6 by 2 and the 16 by 2s for durability and line them up just like that. For the most part, everything else is going to be really similar. So let's go ahead and jump to the 8 by 2, snap it and rotate, and like that on this side. All right, so again, we are extending the entire build by 6 studs. So go ahead and grab an 8 by 2 like we originally did, and add a 6 by 2 to the end of that, and do that on both sides. That's going to leave 1, 2, 3, 4 studs for that wheel well, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the rear. Actually, is that the rear or the front? It might be the front. Yeah, let's use that little bit more open space as front. And just like the other one, we're going to grab some vehicle parts. The vehicle base 3 is going to line up just like so. And our fenders. Right up to the edge. And right up to the edge. Alright, gonna go ahead and turn that filter back on for the Shogun, and gonna go ahead and turn on the haunted house filter while we're at it as well. Grab our 6 by 2, place it at the very edge, and our 4 by 4 to snap to there. Nope. I accidentally turned off my filters. No, I didn't. Okay. All right. Then head over to our roofs, and we're going to use the lighter colored haunted trim 4. Again, take that 1 by 8, go to the very edge, double stack it, rotate and place, rotate and place. Take our 1 by 6 and leave that gap again for the wheel well, and place both of those. Again, this box is going to stay the same. place 1 and 2. All right. Now we're done with those for now. Let's go ahead and go into our vehicle parts and let's grab those railings. Go to the very edge and leave 1 stud at the front as well as 1 in the back. And it should line up just like that. All right. Let's go ahead and do our lights. We're going to grab the Tinker's light and again, line it up with the fender. Just like so. On both sides. Go back up our stairs. Line ourselves up with the yellow fender. Place and place. Head into your bodies and grab your medium brush for your windshield. All right, looks like it is thruster time. It's thruster time. Go ahead and place your forward thruster snapped there in the center. And our 2 forward ones here. Rotate ourselves around and get our reverse in. Again, make sure that you assign your thruster in the boxes here before putting on your wheels. Once you've done that, go over to your 1x8 that you're going to use for your tonneau cover. Line it up. And close up the box. Don't forget your steering thrusters. Go ahead and go back down to that 1x2 of whichever color trim you decided to use and fill in the rest of the wheel well. 1 there and there. There and rotate for there. Before we put in all of our seats, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you where you can put that third chest. I'm actually going to show you real quick how this can hold 3 chests. Of course, in Sandbox, we don't need any chest, but as long as everything is lined up correctly, you'll actually be able to hold 3 chests on this vehicle. And then place our driving wheel and our passenger wheel. Ooh. Channel 1, channel 2. Let's go ahead and brake our stairs. And lastly, our wheels. Right in that wheel well. And that one. That one and that one. There we go. Nice and simple. Surprisingly, having the same thruster locations works just as well, even though this one is longer and weighs more. You still drive just about as fast. Steering is just as easy. And like I said, this one does have room for up to 3, honestly, maybe even 4 chests. Let's see real quick. Oh, it's not 1, 2. Why not? Oh, yeah, because of the lock, it doesn't want to. I see. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw in some more seats on this one. There we go. There we are with our travel in a vehicle. Yeah, I think it looks a little bit better with the Shogun pieces. And as I said, if you really want to, you could still use this one with a balloon. It's just going to act a little bit differently. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to throw a balloon in there, leave it on that channel 4. And you're just going to go back a little bit whenever you turn on that. But because you have 3 forward thrusters, it's actually enough to push against the reverse. And you can easily still take off on your journey. So I can't wait to see what everyone builds, and I hope you guys have as much fun as I do driving around this thruster powered vehicle. Oh shoot. Now I gotta figure out where to park all these things. That's it for this vehicle guide. I hope you guys enjoyed. Build them for yourselves. Can't wait to see what combinations or details you add to yours. That being said, until next time. I'm sorry.